Hello everyone, welcome back to Carl Fix. We are back on my fish tank and I want to make a quick video today about the running costs of my tank and what it is costing me per day, month and year to run at the current temperatures. So quick background on what is running on this tank, what the equipment is and the size of it. So it's a 4-foot, 300 litre all-pond solution Opti-White open topped tank, but as you can see I've got some lids on there that I've made myself. So 300 litres, 4-foot tank, and it has got Malawi cichlids in it, some Chindongo sluicite and currently guppies which I put in there for holding from my old tank, but they live happily in there with these fish, so I've left them. They don't predate on them whatsoever. Probably the babies, but the actual adults they don't seem to care about. There's a couple of plecos, small plecos that I'm just growing out in that grow out box up there if anyone's interested in why I've got a grow out box in there. The light I'm running, you can get a review of this on my channel. It's a Necro 45 watt LED light. I'll leave a link in up the top of the video here somewhere if you want to watch a review of this light. And I run a small 3-watt filter, basically just to push water around, just for more flow in the tank. I don't actually use that as a filter. It has got a little bit of foam in the bottom, just in case any babies or fish or whatnot get sucked in there. But it isn't used as a filter. I use it more as a wave maker, I guess, without having to buy a wave maker. I have a Haiger 500 watt heater, currently set to 22 degrees. And yes, I know some of you are going to cry that it's at 22 and not higher, but I will get into that later on. But I want to get to the point of the video first. And in there, my main filter is a Fluval 407 canister filter. So I have it hooked up to this electricity monitor here. And on the monitor, it will show you that the current cost of running my tank at the moment is for £7.40. So this then shows it's been running constantly for 6 days, 17 hours. Used a total of 22 kilowatts of energy in that time. And there is the current price of my electricity, 0.33 per kilowatt. So let's say it's been running for 7 days and it's cost me £7.40. Off the top of my head, it's £1, just over £1 per day to run this tank, currently at 22 degrees. The tank, as you can see there, usually sits at around that 47 watts to constantly run it in the day. Obviously it goes down when the lights are off, but let's say that's most of the running time, and it can go up to well over 500 watts when the heater kicks in, which obviously is fairly often at the moment because it's the middle of winter here in England and it's probably 3 or 4 degrees out today. So quick voiceover as I got my maths mixed up, but it's £1.06 per day. So you see on the screen £31.80 a month and £380 a year, and the equivalent in the other currencies. However, this is all based on the current amounts in the winter. This will obviously dramatically less in the summer as the heater will not be on anywhere near as much. So you're probably looking at half the running cost in the summer. So you can probably take these costs over a year down by a third. Just to talk about the reason why I'm running the tank at 22 degrees and not higher. It was running at 25, 26 degrees in the summer. Obviously, with the price of electricity being so high, I'm trying to save as much electricity as possible. I have gradually, over the course of a month or so, reduced the temperature down to 22 degrees. The fish are absolutely fine, as you can tell. I actually think that one of the females in here, this one there, the one right in the middle at the bottom now, is holding fry in her mouth. And as you can see, the guppies are totally fine. What you read on the internet about fish needing to be 25 to 28 degrees constantly, guppies, Malawi cichlids, I don't know, let's just say normal tropical fish you'll buy in an everyday store, is a myth. As long as you are keeping your temperatures stable, your water conditions stable, your pH stable, the majority of widely sold tropical fish will survive perfectly well in those conditions. I would say the real range is probably anywhere from 22 to 28 degrees. Most tropical fish will be perfectly fine as long as you do the adjustment slightly. Obviously, there's some caveats to this. If you're keeping discus, rams, betters, they do need to be hotter because they can suffer in colder water. But 90% of tropical fish that are sold in most fish shops can run and live perfectly fine at a lower temperature. And the biggest thing about the biggest cost in running a tank is going to be heating it. So the lower the temperature you have, the more money you're going to save. And I'm going to leave this video here. I'll put the figures up again on the screen for you, and go and check out the reviews of my heater and light and how I built this tank, because apart from the tank, it is 100% DIY. I'll leave a link in the description, and I will see you on the next one.